Oh my goodness, again, it is Friday at 5 p.m., another District Spotlight, and I am so excited today because we have one of the greatest shows we've ever had in the history of our little show here. We are with me, myself, and my number one DJ, the one, the only...
B-Dub the Boy Wonder.
B-Dub, holy shit, bro, we have QBert on the show. This is actually happening. Unlike last week, we can actually get through to our guests.
Amen. Shout out to DJ QBert.
The greatest DJ in the history of mankind will be our guest today in just about...
I'm coming for that title. I love you, bro.
Good for you. All right, good for you. Confidence. I like it.
Amen.
It's like you got balls. It's like you got big balls. Can we zoom in on this? Balls.
Kahunas.
B-A-W-S. B-A-W-L-S. Balls. Would you like to have some energy? Drink balls. Drink my balls. They are fortified with guarana. And this is the root beer flavored balls. I'm going to take a sip.
My balls are very quenching.
Oh God. Fuck.
As he take a sip of that.
Thank you to our sponsor, Balls, for always being there for us when we need a little pick-me-up. Anyways, let's get right into it. Today in hip-hop. Oh my goodness. Kanye fucking West has released an album. And oh my goodness, it was so appropriate that I just listened to the new release of his album while sitting on the toilet. Let me tell you.
Shit.
What a turd, man.
Garbage.
I had to deal with your fucking insanity and racist craziness for the last fucking month so that we could get 20 minutes of audio diarrhea? What the fuck, man?
Boo-boo.
Boo-boo. Do you have like a toilet sound? Go find the toilet sound. And while you're looking for that, I'm going to tell you what did come out today that was amazing is Black Thought's first solo release.
Hold on 1 second.
Ever.
Before you get into Black Thought,
what did we think of?
He is not trash, but Kanye West is trash.
Turn that toilet up for me. Board up. I couldn't hear it. Can you flush again? Flush that album.
We flushed it down the toilet.
We just flushed Kanye West's new album. Back to reality. Black Thought has Stream of Thought that just came out. Volume 1, Stream of Thought, produced by Ninth Wonder. It is amazing. I have listened to both of these albums today, one being the polar opposite of the other. As well, you can pre-order AG's new album, Taste of Ambrosia. AG of Showbiz and AG fame was our guest just a couple weeks ago. And you can pre-order that on Slice of Spice. Okay? Today in hip-hop as well, we want to send a big happy birthday on May 31st to DMC, Daryl McDaniels of Run DMC. Run DMC. On set we have Jam Master Jay, because this is our DJ theme. And we also have Little Tiny QBert, on set, which has also been signed by Grand Wizard Theodore, the inventor of the Scratch.
I love that name because all I can think about is the video game. Every time I hear that name.
What?
QBert.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love it.
We have QBert's first ever, big mixtape release. Demolition Pumpkin Squeeze on set. We got to get that in camera view here. And we also have the DVD of Scratch, which is a documentary about DJing and scratching. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, let's go over here. Where are we? Demolition Pumpkin Squeeze. Miniature QBert. Jam Master J. The documentary of Scratch. My Balls. A whole bunch of cassettes from Breezy. And my hero, my idol, DJ Red Alert, who convinced me to be a DJ, signed at the Kennedy Center. Anyways, that's what our set is all about because it's all a tribute to you, QBert, an entire show dedicated to the greatest DJ of all time. And one of the greatest rappers of all time was born May 30th, Big L. Happy birthday and R.I.P. to Big L. Also on May 28th, happy birthday to the one and only Chub Rock. So word up to the Chubster. And on May 26th, it was Lauryn Hill's birthday. So happy birthday to you, Lauryn Hill. Also today in hip-hop, DJ Premier remixed J. Cole's 1985 track. And it's fucking amazing. I'm just telling you.
Anything Premier touches is amazing. I believe that one.
Okay. And here we go. Our last piece of news, which has a picture with it, is though Damn, the album did not win the highest award from the Recording Academy in April, it was bestowed with an even higher distinction, picture please, when it earned Kendrick a Pulitzer Prize in Music Composition. The achievement made Kendrick Lamar the first non-jazz or classical artist to ever win the award. Amazing. We love you, Kendrick. You're amazing. Now, okay, we are going to go to our guest. And let me just tell you a little bit about our guest, Richard Quiteves, known by his stage name as DJ QBert, is a Filipino-American turntablist and composer and considered by all DJs to be the greatest DJ of all time because of his innovation and creation of many scratch techniques. He's up next. So as we get him on the line, watch this local news report from 1992, where they feature Mixmaster Mike, DJ Apollo, and DJ QBert as the very first DJ band of all time. Take it away, QBert.
Q and the Shadow Posse are yet another example of Bay Area talent putting the West Coast in the national and international hip-hop mix.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, hold on 1 second.
In the world of turntables, we can't get much liver than DJ QBert and the Shadow Posse.
Hey, yo, this is DJ QBert. This is my buddy Apollo. This is Mixmaster Mike, H2O, and my buddy Nim. This is our manager, Alex. We are FM20, chilling on home turf.
QBert recently spun his way to the national title in the United States DJ Championship. He went on to place second at the World Competition in London, but this isn't a one-man show. The posse includes QBert's teacher, Mixmaster Mike, and DJ Apollo. All three are turntable tyrants, and the combination just multiplies the possibilities.
We're making a band. Okay, say, like, for instance, one thing we do, we got DJ Apollo making the beats. He's juggling the beats back and forth, you know, like that, right? And Mike is the mad tweaker doing crazy scratches. And I'm going, damn, doing the head notes, stuff like that. And he's like the lead guitar type of thing. DJ band. Like a DJ band, you know, bass line, guitarist, drummer. He does a question like, and then I make an answer. You know, something like that.
And we're back. It is Friday at 5, and you're tuned into District Spotlight. I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision, with my DJ, the one, the only...
B-Dub the Boy Wonder.
And that's right, on the line right now, all the way from California, we have the greatest DJ of all time, DJ QBert. Are you there with us, sir? Hey! Hey, thank you so much for being with us, and I'm so sorry to wake you.
No, it's good to get up nice and early. And 6 p.m. in the afternoon out there.
Yeah, right. Right, nice and early. So we're actually going to talk a little bit about your personal regiment there, because we feel like that has a lot to do with, you know, your success and everything you've accomplished. But before we get there, we want to let you know, are you aware? The research that we've done tells us that you released the second break record ever in the history of mankind. Are you aware of this, sir?
I don't agree with that. I feel there's many great records that have came out before back then.
Really? So DJ, do you believe that we believe that DJ Rectangle, you know, was one of the first out there with, you know, the break record series and whatnot, but that you came in very early on the scene. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the break records that maybe you saw coming out before, you know, Thud Rumble and everything you guys were doing?
Oh God, there's so many. Simon
Where is it?
And so ours was everything was
Fix that.
right on beat. Like sometimes it's 16 notes or 8 notes, very close to each other. Very user friendly on for DJ to scratch.
So, I'm very familiar with Simon Harris and a lot of the early break records, but they were really so different than what you guys were doing. And so, like, Simon Harris was a lot of kind of like, drum breaks and kind of one like drum beat after another. You guys really changed it up dramatically. Is there, like, for instance, back in 1990.
Hello?
Yeah. So, for instance, in 1992, a lot of DJs just wanted to have break records that catered to their routines. What was your guys' concept in break records when you first started putting them out?
We wanted the sounds very close to each other, so you can go and transition to the next sound or drum bit very quickly and on beat too. So it was very mathematical rather than just random sounds here and there.
And so it's interesting that you're talking about the timing and the pacing of it, because right before you came in, we had just played a very early clip of you and Mixmaster Mike and Apollo on what looked like a local news station that was doing like a special on you guys as like a DJ band. And I guess if you look at how you guys were piecing together the music, it would be very difficult to not have the sounds next to each other. Are you aware of any other DJs that tried to be a band together before you guys?
Not that I'm aware of, but that definitely was the reason for making the records like that as well, to be a DJ band and have access to those sounds very quickly, because there were no computers back then.
And how did you meet these lifelong companions and creative co-conspirators? How did you meet Mixmaster Mike and the rest of the fellas?
Just local DJ battles. They were pretty much the main guys and stuff, and that's how we met the rest of the crew too. Local DJ battles, and we would just nerd out with them, and kind of just bond because of our mutual likes in music, I guess.
So I'm actually an old DJ myself, and I'll tell you what's interesting about the early equipment was how difficult it was to use. So, for instance, I'm just a little younger than you are. I started on a Radio Shack realistic mixer, and the amount of WD-40 that took to make it even operate the way you guys were is astronomical. I probably smelled like WD-40 like all the time when I was DJing. Who were you looking at, and what type of equipment were you looking at when you first started that allowed you to clearly have a much better handle on your scratching and your beat juggling?
Oh God, I guess when we first got a hold of the what was that mixer now? Gemini 2200, not the newer one, but the very older one, the one that it was on the cover of Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince's cover, and there was another guy, DJ Cash Money. He had his mixer on the cover
with the wood grain panels.
Yeah, I think they even had one that was without the wood grain panels. It was like way before that one, and that was like what I had heard is the fader was accidentally made like that, where it would have a sharp cutoff, and that was it was an advantage for us DJs actually.
It was an accident, so like the manufacturer didn't intend it meant to have like a smoother transition, but it just came out on off. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. It was a work of the universe. It was like it was a total accident. Just like the 808 drum machine, it wasn't supposed to sound like that, but they just let it out and it became like the best thing ever.
Well, it's interesting because for the last few weeks we've been interviewing some of the pioneers of hip hop, and I don't know if you can see on set we have your little QFO doll here from Dooney, and this is signed by Grand Wizard Theodore, who I'm not sure if anyone is aware, our viewers that is, invented the scratch. Okay? And not only is it signed by Grand Wizard Theodore, it is also signed by the cut technician, Stevie D.
Oh, that's my dog, yeah. Both of them.
Okay? And we love this little character, and this is here in the Hip Hop Museum, and I don't know if you can see on set, he's sitting right next to Jam Master Jay, and the documentary of the Scratch documentary, and a bunch of other. DJ Red Alert is the guy who convinced me to DJ. I'm from New York, so growing up with Red Alert, that's signed at the Kennedy Center because now we have Q-Tip. I don't know if you're aware, but Q-Tip is now curating all of the shows and the performers at the Kennedy Center.
Wow.
Have you ever
That's
performed
amazing, yeah.
at the Kennedy Center?
I don't believe so, but definitely tell Q-Tip to hook me up.
Well, we just had J. Period there the other week, and when we were watching that, all I could think to myself is, QBert must be up next. So we're going to actually try to make that happen. What do you think of that?
Yeah, get a Q-Tip and QBert collab going.
Ooh. Q Squared? Is this an album? Can we get an album?
Hey, tell them to produce all the beats. I'll scratch on it all. Yeah.
I think we're making history and news right now.
Heard it first.
If I can make this happen, QBert named it and concepted it right here live on air, the largest internet radio station in America. This is incredible. And it's interesting you're talking about beat machines because from what we understand, you are a collector of beat machines. Is that correct?
Yeah, certain ones. I love sampling drum machines. If they sample, then I want it because it changes the texture of the sound, and you can't really get that on computer programs. You can get pretty close, but there's something different with these analog old circuitry drum machines.
Well, it's interesting that you're saying that because I would like to actually run a quick clip here, and that's what's great about our broadcast is that it's visual, it's live, we're simulcasting on Facebook, and speaking of drum machines, and we know you're a big collector, Pete Rock did something incredible. So if my producer could get ready this Pete Rock clip, we have the most unfucking real clip. It's like unearthing DNA from songs off of what many consider to be hip-hop's greatest LP. This is like seeing and reading one of Dr. King's handwritten letters. Check out this SP1200 beat that Pete Rock unearthed just the other day. Here we go.
Wow. That's funny. That's all it said on it.
And we're back. That was Pete Rock unearthing The World Is Yours on SP1200. Were you able to hear that at all, QBert?
Not at all.
Oh, okay. Well, that was just a quick clip that Pete Rock posted on his IG page of all of the breakdown and all of the sample pads from, The World Is Yours from Nas's, obvious Illmatic album. Have you ever made any of your beats or break record beats on an SP12?
A million times.
Is that your favorite? What is your favorite of the sampling drum machines?
Oh, man. They're so different.
Which ones do you use most frequently?
Oh God, it's hard to say. Studio 440, MPC 3000, MPC 60, ASR 10, EPS. SP 1200. I don't know. I like to switch it up. It's kind of like having different food, and you're like, oh, this is my favorite food, but then you go back to this one. Oh, well, I like just this one. It's kind of like they all are cool and stuff.
Well, speaking of favorite food, you are vegan, are you not?
I would have to say I'm 95% vegan, yes.
Yes, 95%. Does that mean we downgrade you to vegetarian, or you're just like vegan most of the time?
I'm pretty much 95% vegan. If I have to eat meat for certain vitamins because the soil is depleted of vitamins, I would have to go with grass-fed meat, not just regular old organic meat, but it has to be organic grass-fed meat.
Okay.
And you gotta bless it too, and it changes the atomic structure with
a prayer from God, because have you seen Dr. Emoto's science, where they sent an intention of prayer into the water, and the water changes into different snowflake little molecules,
sure.
whatever. That's same with our bodies and the food you ingest as well. So you have to send an intention to your food, and I guess that's where Thanksgiving comes from. It's like actual science.
So do you you also don't drink alcohol? Is that correct?
No, not. I mean, once in a blue moon I'll have a little taste of some alcohol, but it's like I definitely stay away from alcohol. It makes me slower. Like I really want to be speedy on the turntables and have a sharp recall of things. So alcohol would mess me up. But of course, there's those occasions where come on, just have a drink.
So I mean, we're all kind of leading.
And I'll sometimes. One time, these guys did a toast, and I was like, "Oh man, look at that!" And I turned my drink over and spilled it while they weren't looking. I'm like, "Let's do this, yeah, all right!" And I pretended I was drinking.
So it sounds to me like this all kind of plays into something where it's like you're conscious and aware of your body as a vessel and how you're using, obviously your hand and your mind and your body as an instrument, interacting with the turntables. When in your life do you feel like you started to become more conscious and aware of what you ate and how you treated your body and your routine? Like what was the impetus for that?
Well, I saw myself on video and I was like, whoa, I didn't know I was so fat, and all these guys were saying all these fat jokes, and I was like getting mad, like I ain't fat, man, forget you guys. And I would see myself and I was like, oh damn, I guess they were right. And so I started learning about being health conscious, and I started working out, and I started looking at all these old jazz musicians as I figured out the turntable is a musical instrument. And I was like, whoa, that jazz musician is like 100 years old and he's going off like he's in his 20s. So I'm like, okay, I want to be like that. So if I'm gonna last that long and take care of myself, then I'm gonna have to eat the right foods, and all these things started coming around my way where the spirituality aspect came in and also helped me to want to retain my body for a very long period of time to keep helping the world with the music we're making. If you're not healthy, you can't create, and that's what we're here for, to make the world a better place.
You're an incredibly conscious individual, and I think one of the reasons why the Hip Hop Museum and this show reached out to you is not just because of your profound impact on hip hop and the genre of DJing, but because of the way that you carry yourself and the way you consider your actions as a leader, not just a leader in the industry, but a leader in music. One of the things that we wanted to show today, and we kind of unearthed, is some of your very early clips. We tried to go back as far as we possibly could to show young DJ QBert and kind of how you got your start, because like you've transformed in the most incredibly positive manner. And so a lot of our viewers are young. I'm 42. They're not quite aware of like the birth of the genre and stuff. So if we can, just real quickly, we're gonna cut to maybe. Do you have that clip from 1989? We got a. Are they by you got that one from 82? What about the birth? Do you have his mom? No, I'm just kidding. Let's go back. Let's go back and just show the viewers just 89. There we go. Here we go. 1989 DJ QBert. Here we go. Run that clip.
Oh yeah, it's just begun. Let's have some fun. So without further ado, from the LSP crew, San Francisco, it's DJ Q! Yeah, give it up, y'all! All right!
Okay, so QBert, I'm sorry that you couldn't see that clip, but that was 1989 you, where you were ripping apart two turntables, but they were both on your right. as you so frequently do. And you are also well known for what's called hamster style, which is where you use the fader backwards. So, like it goes, instead of, when you push the fader left, instead of hearing the left turntable, you hear the right table. And when you push it to the right, you hear the left turntable. That's what QBert is well known for, amongst many, many other things. Sir, why?
If back in the days, you could see me using the turntables on the right side. And in 1991, I went into the world competition and the U.S. competition with the turntables on the right. And midway through the set, I moved a turntable over to the left to put the mixer in the middle. It was part of the routine. And that was my transition time. Nowadays, since 91, it's been in the middle the whole time. But because of that, my style has been scratching backwards like that.
But who was the DJ that, like many DJs, came up with kind of looking at another DJ? Many DJs kind of came up like looking at another DJ or working out with other DJs. Was there a DJ that you were working out with that also was hamster style, or why was your stuff backwards?
There was a lot of DJs in San Francisco that were doing that. Mixmaster Mike was one. He started kind of like that. DJ Quest had his turntables in reverse. He's another guy. He was in a group called the Bulletproof Scratch Hamsters, and there was DJ Eddie Def and Quest. They all had it like that for some reason, and the name Hamster came from their group called the Bulletproof Scratch Hamsters, and we just all scratched like that for some weird reason because the fader, it wasn't as it wasn't sharp or whatever at the time, so we used the up and down fader a lot. The line faders rather than the cross faders, and we got used to using up and down. So when the crossfader became sharp like the 2200, when we first discovered that, it was like, whoa, this is interesting. If it was sharp when we started like that, we probably would have did it in that fashion, the normal way.
I think I don't know how I'm going to make this connection, but I think because of your non-traditional turntablism style, I think it's also led you to have more of a non-traditional persona and marketing scheme, and as a fan for so many years, one of the things we love most about you and the Invisible Scratch Pickles is how fun and funny and wild and alien-like, and we love. Where does that all kind of come from? Like, does your interest and love for extraterrestrial stuff come from?
Oh, well, that is because I was studying a lot of music from around the world, every country, India, classical music, Turkish music, Tibetan music, all these weird sounds we're getting to scratch. And it was like, well, what about music on different planets? How does that sound? And so we would imagine all these things, and that's where all that comes from. And plus, it was just very interesting to be different. It was very hip-hop had come up at the same time as punk rock. And so we were looking at those records, and we were like, damn, these are all jacked up covers, and we should make our covers all
jacked up,
crazy too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that, had a huge influence on the genre, and because it's so hip hop, having the graffiti covers, if anyone hasn't seen QBert and Thud Rumble's covers, they're really incredibly artistic and really beautiful. And at the Hip Hop Museum, we'll talk to you offline. I always thought to myself that if we were to do a display properly for you and Thud Rumble, it would consist of a wall of, you've probably released 100 break records to this point. Can you imagine what a wall with every single one of those records would look like, together?
Yeah, we have one.
Oh, you do?
At the Thud Rumble office, there's just a wall of just all these things that we've been a part of. And
wow.
It's yes, we definitely do love good art. So we try to link up with the greatest street artists and have them do covers.
Well, from the art to the extraterrestrial, I definitely think it's affected your spirituality. And I promised you today that we would kind of talk a little bit about your journey from I guess. Being self-aware, right? And it's kind of, I can't get over the fact that your friends are like calling you fatty, and like that's what started this all. Like that's kind of fucked up. But well, it led to good things.
Oh yeah.
So speaking
stress,
of
good things always come.
So speaking of spirituality, you tweeted, and I told you this on the phone. You tweeted a few years ago that the symbol of extreme enlightenment would be if any person were able to have all of their thoughts, be positive ones without negative thoughts. And tell me about that individual who was able to hold that for how many years there?
Yeah, there's these Tibetan monks, and it's a documented fact that hundreds of thousands of these people have reached this thing called rainbow body, where you kind of just ascend, out of this matrix. And the way to do that is to have a loving thought. Every single thought be a loving thought for 13 years, which is like almost completely impossible, but not quite impossible, but it's pretty impossible. But they do it for 13 years, just have a loving thought. And it's like the hardest thing to do in this world.
I tried it. I lasted almost 60 seconds. And then I thought,
it's longer than me.
Well, it's really hard, and it kind of reminds me of the greatest sushi chef who tries to attain every grain of rice in their piece of sushi, all perfectly facing and pointing the exact same way. What do you think of that?
I mean, I feel the same. Like I wish all my scratches were like, like exuding like love and an orgasmic sound at every single scratch. It's kind of the same way.
I am speechless at what you just said, so I'm trying to find myself because I'm trying to envision what a loving, peaceful scratch would sound like that injects that feeling into its listeners. And I think I just realized you have done that, sir. You have accomplished that.
There are moments, when I remember it, and it's like every time you have to remember it. Every time you put music out, it has to be you're trying to make heaven on earth. You're doing your best to make heaven on earth. And so there's an energy, there's a science with intention, and so I'm just trying to keep that in mind every time I scratch.
And what do you want to attain spiritually? What would you like to attain, through your spirituality and how it intertwines with music? What are you trying to achieve?
Well, I mean, I would love to be able to have every thought a loving thought. It's very difficult, but I would be happy if I just made heaven on earth with music and art and whatever I put out as a product for people to absorb. It's just if it can make the world a happier place or just a little more interesting, I'd be happy with that.
We're going to try to start that with Q Squared, the new Q-Tip and QBert project, which will be 100% filled with love and pressed onto rose petals that will play on your turntable via a stem of a orchid. How's that sound?
It's awesome. It's interesting. I do this kind of like love thing and all that, but my music is very sinister and dark. It's very strange. It's like the duality of life. Like
absolutely
good and bad all together.
Right. If anyone watched Wave Twisters and then heard your words, they'd be like, "Wait, that's the same guy?"
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's kind of like it's what the universe is made of. It's good and evil at the same time. So it's like instead of being a gangster or whatever, I put it out in music, the dark side of me. We all have it, so just might as well, instead of doing it to hurt others, do it in art.
And what are some of the things that you do, like just like in your life, to keep that positivity? Like, what type of rituals do you have other than sleeping till the late hours of the afternoon that like keep you happy and a smile on your face?
I mean, you gotta. Well, first thing I do as soon as I wake up, that's when my tummy's the flattest. I'll do my 100 sit-ups, and then I'll do my little. My girl is a health nutrition. What are you, babe? Yeah, you're a health what? She's like super health conscious, spiritual. She was a health coach, and so she's my health coach now, and she'll like make me this almond milk smoothie every morning.
I do I alternate coconut milk, almond milk.
And she's my teacher, like in that world. So she's she worked at this health food grocery called Rainbow Grocery in San Francisco, and it was the biggest health grocery there, and she was there for 10 years, and she just knows everything about that stuff. Like she's so ahead of all these health gurus online. It's amazing she doesn't have her own podcast. But yeah, she'll feed me in the morning, and I'll go on my way. I'm good after that. You know?
Yeah, I mean, like if you are her patient or her client, you know, she's doing a great job because you know, you stay trim and fit, and you still look about 16 years old. So I want to drink some of that almond milk or whatever.
Hey, he wants to drink your almond milk. Yeah, we'll have a. She's gonna open a smoothie shop just because of that.
Saying to another man, "Hey, babe, he wants to drink your almond milk," just sounded so weird. I can't put it into.
I thought that in my head as I was saying that.
Yeah. Hey, babe, forget it. Just kidding. You know what would be interesting is we're always looking. You know, we have like over 70 shows here. You know, at WLVS, we're as I said, the largest internet station in America, and we're always looking for new health shows and podcasts. So, if she's as you know, photogenic and cool with the camera as you are, we'd love to chat with her.
She would love that. Hey, they want you on WLVS. We love bullshit. She wants you on the show. Yeah, they want you on the show.
Okay.
All right, we've made it happen. It is done.
All
so
right.
let's take a quick break. Let's take a quick break here. We got about 20 minutes left with the world's greatest DJ, DJ QBert. I am Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision, with my DJ, the one, the only
B-Dub, the boy wonder.
And we have all these throwback videos for you. So when I send you this episode later, QBert, you'll get to see all of your teenage self. Let's go to a 1990. What do we got? 1990? 1990 DJ QBert, young teenage QBert, ripping up the turntables. Take it away.
Yo, Q, I know you know what it got to take this battle. When you go here, you lay out tonight.
My goodness, if you are tuned in, you are watching the world's greatest DJ, DJ QBert, Skyping in with us all the way from California. When you were that age, what gave you the confidence to try a lot of these scratches and techniques that really had never been done before? Where'd you get the confidence for that?
Well, I mean that's what it was all about. You got to do new stuff where it's whack. You know, like I see all these guys that are doing the same stuff, and it's whack to me. So you just gotta have something brand new for everyone, or else it's like, why even watch that guy if he's doing the same stuff? You know, everyone has a beautiful fingerprint in art and a different way of doing things, so might as well use that power and advance upon it.
It's interesting because in hip-hop, you know, unlike kind of like DJing, you know, I think on the rap side of things, you know, especially in pop rap, many artists are trying to emulate one another. Whereas as long as I've been DJing and knowing about DJing, we're actually trying to differentiate ourselves from one another. And I think that's one of the things that makes QBert great. That's not a question. That's actually just a statement. I'm sorry. Facts.
Well, I mean, everyone that's conscious about being different and trying to, you know, use their uniqueness to put out something cool is they know. I mean, there's a lot of people that know. It's just, I think the newbies are just kind of like aren't hip to the rule. The first rule is be original. So that's pretty much, if you know that, and And that's all you need to know, really.
Well, speaking of being original, one of the people that we think is just as, creative and really cool and neat and innovative as you are is Kid Koala.
Very, very unique. I love that guy.
Yeah,
we
he's
just
great.
We did a song together on the new Dr. Octagon album. There's a song where Deltron 3030, Kid Koala is a DJ for that, meets Dr. Octagon in this one song. So we all go back and forth. Kool Keith raps, then Del raps, and Kool Keith raps, and Del raps, and I scratched, and Kid Koala scratches, and I scratched, and Kid Koala. We all go back and forth in that song.
Well, I thank you for saying that, but on the show here, we did maybe 4 straight weeks of announcing the release of Moose Bumps. So we are adeptly aware at the incredible effort you guys put into, that kind of re-release, the coming back together. And we're just so thankful that you guys did that. So thank you.
Yeah. We've got a really great response, so we might do a part 3 right away.
Have you said this to anyone yet before?
I just kind of blurted that out right now.
Oh my God! We're making news!
Okay, we love Kid Koala, and he came to our area real quickly with an absolutely wild show at Union Stage, and now he's doing this thing called Kid Koala's Satellite Turntable Orchestra, where you can come and play at one of their 50 turntables as part of an orchestra and 6 performances. Real quickly, we're going to show him a trailer for this, QBert. Check out Kid Koala's Satellite Turntable Orchestra. And we're back. I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision, with my DJ, the one, the only.
B-Dub the Boy Wonder.
And we got 2 DJs with us today. The other DJ is most DJs' favorite DJ, DJ QBert. And what did you think of that? Did you see all those little... Oh, no, you can't see it. So there's like 50 people in the audience, and they all have miniature turntables in front of them, and they all like light up, and they have colored little records, and they can all like chime in and be part of this crazy orchestra. What do you think of that?
That's cool. Yeah, that's one guy that's definitely making the world a better place in his own unique way.
Yeah, we really love, there's really only just a few of you guys who are doing very, very special stuff on the turntables. And, another guy that we thought is really special, and I want to see what you think of that, because we've curated these clips just for you. Like, when we thought of this show and we thought, when we knew you were going to be the guest, we wanted to have special clips. And we actually found a police officer, a New York City police officer, who is a DJ. He's a sick DJ. But he's not only a police officer, he's also an ex-Marine. Are you familiar with DJ Ace by any chance?
Yeah, he's great. I see some of his clips on Instagram.
His clips are great. What did you do for Memorial Day? Did you do anything special?
Every day to me is almost the same day. I'm always just working. Like, I don't care if it's a holiday. I'm having a great time, making music and scratching. So I don't know. Every day is a holiday to me, and a work day at the same time.
Absolutely. We're applauding you on that, because you've been able to create your own piece of heaven on Earth, and it seems like you're living that. Let's show them what it looks like when a Marine who's a current police officer in New York City puts on his uniform and cuts it up over some marching cadence. Take it away, DJ Ace.
All the way.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It kind of reminds me of that record. QBert, do you remember the break record back in the day where they were like, ready on the left, ready on the right? Do you remember that one?
Wild Style.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not,
I'm not too sure who did that. It might have been Grand Wizard Theater. I'm not sure, but
it was Grand Wizard Theater because we actually just did a special on the 35th anniversary of Wild Style where we met Charlie Ahern and the entire cast: Fab Five Freddy, Grandmaster Kaz, Busy Bee, Grand Wizard Theater. We met all of them at the Kennedy Center, and we were able to discover that it was actually Fab Five Freddy who produced those beats and all of that music, and that actually. That track.
Wow.
Yeah, and we even asked him live in the audience, and he talked at length about it. And that record is actually from a New Jersey Marine Corps record that he had found. What do you think of that?
Oh yeah, that's what we do. We get all these weird records and put it to a beat.
Okay. So we're coming towards the end of our interview here, and we want to run through just kind of like a rapid fire, just short answer questions here. Real quickly, in a sentence or two, what advice would you give to any young DJs trying to make it and make a successful career for themselves?
Make your own rules on how to make the world a better place.
Beautiful. And nowadays, when you're scratching, what inspires you most to find new scratches? What art or food or music inspires you most?
Everything inspires me, but also going deep into your soul and hearing that type of music that's not here yet, and just bringing that out.
Is there any chance of an Invisible Scratch Pickles reunion tour?
Yeah, we just did an album. It's called The 13th Floor, and that is I think we just sold out all the vinyl. If you get a vinyl copy, maybe on eBay or something, that's pretty lucky right there, with the D Styles and Shortcut.
Fantastic. And speaking of rare sold out vinyl, Jay, do you have that picture of the gold and platinum dipped records that QBert will be signing and sending to us? These are the records. I don't know how I cut through over 30,000 people telling you about their sick and dying dogs and for reasons why they should have these records. I knew what would get to QBert's sweet spot. And the fact that, QBert and the Pickles are going to have their own very special spot here in the Hip Hop Museum. Sir, what do you think, just in a couple sentences, about your special place in hip hop history?
I think it's cool, but like a lot of people, they're like, yeah, we did it. It's not like that. It's like you got to keep going. You got to keep creating forever. It's like a success is when you're constantly creating. It's not a stop.
Right.
So.
And speaking of not a
cool.
stop, one of the coolest things I think about you and your personality is that you're very welcoming of new technology. And recently at NAMM, you were caught trying out the new Phase controller, which is no tone arm, no needle, no nothing. You were waving it in the air and scratching all around. What do you think is the future of DJing?
Well, I mean, there's virtual reality, and so like right now we're probably in a virtual reality where we're doing all this stuff and we think it's real, but this could actually be a video game we're in right now. So I mean, possibilities are endless. You can probably scratch with your mind. You could just look at a turntable and it scratches, or you just look anywhere and scratch, or music comes out of your mind. There's these spiritual beings that just music comes out of them, out of their soul. You don't even have to have a turntable. Just like if you see a talk show and a guy comes out and music's playing, our next guest, and his music's playing or whatever, and it's like these people walk around with music just all over them.
Oh my God! So what you're saying is that you in 20 years will just think of your scratch and it will audify itself immediately.
Frick.
I'm sure there's that too, and people just want it the traditional way, just like there's like all these weird ways you could play keys without even touching the instrument, and then there's other guys that just want the regular way, which is like they want to play on a grand piano. you know. So there's going to be both.
So there's been, since the advent of social media, but especially recently, there's been a lot of UFO sightings and more extraterrestrial sightings than ever before. And to me, I think it's only just confirmation that we are not alone. But, you know, there's a lot of crazy conspiracy theorists and weird, wacky stuff happening on the internet. What do you think of all of these new UFO sightings and extraterrestrial stuff happening?
I've been talking about it since the 90s, early 90s. And now in Antarctica, the ice is melting there. And you can see ships and pyramids coming out of the ice. And in like a year or two, you'll just see this gigantic mothership popping out of Antarctica off the ice because and you know, you won't even need disclosure. It's just kind of like it's just going to show itself. So it's amazing. All these people that were thinking it's conspiracy, it's going to be fact, and it's a beautiful time right now. It's a great awakening. You know, all this beautiful stuff is happening. All the cars are becoming electric, and solar power energy is becoming freer. You know, the banking system's being discovered that it's wrong, and money is just an illusion, and the real money is you know, what you put out there comes back to you. They don't teach that in schools. They don't want you to know about that, and all these beautiful things are coming out, and people are being awakened to what life is really about. It's awesome.
This interview is personally very special to me as somebody who started DJing in their very young teens and watched you and grew up watching you. This is very special for me, but what's really even more special is being able to, you know, transcend and to innovate and to constantly try new and different things. Having you on the show today, I think it reminds me that art is ever evolving, and you spoke of the Great Awakening. It's interesting you said that because it's actually something that those words exactly I've been saying for the last almost year. I've been talking about how the internet has been allowing us to kind of open our eyes and awaken to things and facts and information that we might not have ever known before. And so I love the fact that you said the Great Awakening. Speaking of, you know, as we come to a close here, one of the things I want you to be able to tell people, in addition to Moose Bumps, you know, can you tell people, you know, some of the new projects you're working on and where they can find some of this stuff?
Yeah, if they just go to thudrumble.com, that's thud like a bump, and rumble, of course, like a fight. Thud, THUDRUMBLE.com. We have all our new stuff there, and there's some unreleased break records. Speaking of break records, at the beginning of the show, there's some unreleased break records that they were too long for vinyl, because if you go past 12 minutes on vinyl, it'll the bass will deteriorate. So there these like 24 minutes aside, so they can get these new beats. And we were speaking to Drum Machines earlier, like, oh man, 36 beats on these unreleased records you can get on thudrumble.com.
The last thing
I think one is called Rechargeable Bacteria, and the other one is Strawberry Smart Bomb Breaks, and there's a few other ones. Some Dirt Style Dirtiest Beats is another.
It's too bad you're not creative with the names of these. It's too bad you're just so boring and dry with these names, man. Hey, real quickly.
And of course, there's the movie Wave Twisters. I'm working on part 2 of that, and a lot of cool stuff.
My goodness, Wave Twisters
add me on Instagram.
2.
You'll see all my stuff every day at DJ QBert.
Okay, so I promise you that I am going to work on Q squared, Q-tip times QBert. I like actually.
I like that though.
It's like
squared. I like that.
I literally feel like I've come up with something.
That's kind of dope.
I'm a big fan of that guy, and it's like, yes.
Okay.
QBert, you like that name too, right? Q squared. That's dope.
Yeah, and it's funny. We should do that. And I'm actually working on a mixtape with Z Trip, and it's called Z-Bert and Q Trip. So,
okay.
The Q squared thing would be great right after.
Okay, so the last thing I want to ask is, we talked about it real briefly on the phone, but, we have this incredible collection, the largest collection of hip-hop memorabilia in the world. We're building out an entire section for QBert and the Invisible Scratch Pickles. Tell me, sir, now, live on air to 150 countries, all 50 states, what type of weird, rare insanity do you think that you might be willing to contribute so that we could display here? Is there anything that comes to mind that is really weird or rare that you think is special, like the underwear you wore in '91 at the DMC Championship? I mean, maybe not underwear. There's got to be a better way to represent this.
I'm just gonna send you a whole package of all kinds of stuff that we have at the office. Like you said, there was a wall of records of weird records. Maybe I'll send you part of that wall of like all those records that you can display. They're all kind of really cool art.
Wow, you hear that, you guys? Unbelievable.
Gold 7-inch records.
Round of applause. Round of applause. Oh my God.
Incredible. QBert is donating a whole wall to the Hip Hop Museum.
Sir, I'm sorry. That's my little.
I will too. I will. I promise.
Yeah. Okay. No, we believe you. And not only that, but when you are next in town, probably to start the recording of Q Squared, we want you to come by, you know what I mean, and take a tour and be part of the, we have a recording studio here, the largest and oldest in D.C., the radio station and the museum. We want to thank you so much for being a part of us and a part of the show, and more than anything else, we want to thank you for being such a musical and spiritual leader.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, thanks. I see in the video you have the Demolition Pumpkin Squeeze CD right there. People could download that on the site. I just put it up for free a couple days ago, so if they go to thirdrumble.com, they can download that for free.
This is actually an original pressing. Everything we have here is an original. So this is when your CD first came out. This is actually the actual pressing that was released.
Wow.
This is we don't mess around with, like, because I know there's a million bootlegs and all that stuff. No, sir. No. Look at the picture. Can we zoom in on the little bit younger shortcut and the guys? Look at that. Oh, there's QBert kind of poking his eyes out. Incredible. Listen, we want to thank you so much, and I will definitely follow up with you about that display. Is that okay?
You got it, bro. Just send me your address. I'll send it today.
Cool beans. QBert, you are the greatest. We love you. DJ QBert, everybody. Woo!
Hey, you guys are the greatest. Thank you, guys.
Salute. Thank you. All right, let's go to a quick video here. We're going to go to a video of, oh my goodness gracious, Leaders of the New School remixed? What? We found a freestyle video of Leaders of the New School freestyling on MTV 100 years ago. And, of course, our genius intern, Joe, remixed the entire freestyle with a beat from the Beat Bar. Take it away, Leaders of the New School.
Back on Rap City, you know what I'm saying? Charlie, Brown. Word up. Leaders of the New School in the house, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Word up, a Strong Island thing, you know what I'm saying? Word up. When I say word, you say word. Word. What I'm singing. I got you down.
DC's #1 recording studio.
We going like bam. We going like what? We go like we go like this. We go like, well, I rock on TV, you bust the video. I'm down with Tropical Fest and we did scenario. If I got a rhyme, it flows, here we go, yo. Next to that is D-I-N-C-O. Flying in on the left, slim trim, D-I-M. There I am, don't run from my grim. Sight, leave it right, do polite for my mic like a mic. Sing sick, sing psych, and slip away, and off to the Pocono. Spot pick the pros, pipe spring the pretty pose. Yamaha, hey, hi, man. Let's lift the funk, now it all sounds hey. Enough, man, spit it, I'm with it. If I did it, I would split it. Probably shouldn't have quit it. Cause yo, my corporate status at night, like the goddess. Dead, rest, and yo, I'm like the baddest. Mel, not female, L from Uniondale. Found to be born, but sweet to be a gal. In the hallways, always dealing with a hole. This is the when that's what to show. Yes, y'all. Pick up the back and I will come up with the rhyme. Aim, act, bust the rhyme for the rhyme will incline. Well, this is freestyle. I kick it from the head with the rhyme and I'm down with 4 dreads. Bust the rhyme, dingle D. Geronimo, come out of the Milo. You know. So Milo, that's right, you're next up to bat.
Holy cow, that was amazing. Leaders of the New School, LONS, remixed by the Beat Bar. And, of course, that was a young Busta Rhymes. You know, we're going to go right into real hip-hop news because, you know, in addition to Kanye's, Diarrhea album that was so fantastic today, released today, he was nice enough to invite all the A-listers out on private planes to Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And DMV's really very own DJ Quicksilver was one of those to jump on a plane out to Jackson Hole, Wyoming and check out Kanye's listening party with a DJ that you might find familiar. See if you recognize this DJ. Take it away.
You know you made it when you on a private jet with Clue, right?
Yo, man, we in it.
I think I made it. What's your name?
Mala.
That's Molly, y'all. And that's Clue.
I'm Clue. How are you?
Hi, Clue.
We just private jet. Don't mind.
Clue. DJ Clue. That was DJ Clue. And Quicksilver right there on a plane going out to hear some audio diarrhea from Kanye West. Thank you so much, Kanye. Let's see. In other hip-hop news, Son of Sam featuring Masta Ace and Large Pro is releasing next month on Slice of Spice Records. There'll be a picture disc, 7-inch vinyl release, as well as, excuse me, that's a burp from Highball, as well as...
Burping off your balls over there?
Oh, I'm sorry. And my balls. As well as, what did I say, a picture disc and a 45. And you can find this album, Son of Sam, from Masta Ace and Large Pro, at slice-of-spice.com. Okay? And the cover is by the most incredible artist, Dan Lish, who's a friend of mine on Facebook. Check out this cover. Dan Lish is fucking amazing. Look at that. God, I love this guy's work. Andy Katz and Dan Lish are my two favorites. That's incredible. Yep. Okay, moving on. Real hip-hop news also. Legendary pianist and composer Herbie Hancock is headed to Strathmore Sunday, June 24th for a special performance. The tickets will probably be mad expensive because Strathmore is super hoity-toity. But why would you ever want to miss Herbie Hancock, okay? That's June 24th. Okay? More DJ news. Da Odd Couple. Who's Da Odd Couple? Well, of course, that's DJ Rob Swift and Mr. Sinister from the Executioners. They're going to be at Voltage Lounge in Philadelphia on the 19th. And after a 17-year hiatus, the Executioners are coming back to life. Mr. Sinister used to DJ for Common. Rob Swift used to DJ for Akinelli. And they're going to reunite on this 2018 tour. Make sure you check out this awesome 2-hour set. Which is a tribute to the golden era of hip-hop. Okay, lastly, this is big news. Hold on.
No, it's not the hip-hop unboxing. It's Crank Lucas, and he's coming to WLVS.
Yes, sir.
Right. Crank Lucas, if we look at this, look at that. We got a flyer next Friday, not this Friday, next Friday, a week from today. We have a barbecue canna carnival. Oh, my God.
Come on out.
Friday, June 8th, from 12 noon until 10 p.m., outside and in front of Listen Vision Studios.
Will you be there?
Will you be there?
I would definitely
be there. Will you be there? Will you be there? Yes, we'll all be there.
Y'all be there?
Will y'all be there?
Clap it up if y'all going to be there next week.
Barbecue Canna Carnival with performers and cookout and I-71 and mini golf and carnival wheel prizes and games, contests, and giveaways all day. So come celebrate the start of summer and the DMV's top #1 viral video sensation.
So go to the Facebook page.
Lucas. Yes, it's on Facebook. It's on Eventbrite. And it's on and popping next Friday here at Listen Vision. It's going to be a new show coming to the studio. The new show is called Know Your Hip Hop.
Do you know it? You know your hip hop?
Oh. I fucking know everything about hip hop. Okay, so if you want to perform, if you want to vend, if you want to be a part of that, okay, call 202-332-8494. Once again, 202-332-8494. You know what? fuck it, I'm going to do it. I wasn't going to do it because we're over in time, but you know what? I fucking own the place.
He's
So,
the boss.
let's find a video. Let's go to a quick break, and then we're going to do the hip-hop unboxing, okay? So, Jay, what do we got left here? Hold on. Oh, the Roots. Okay, here we go. So, the stream of thought of stream. What is it? Stream of thought. Hold on. Stream of thought. Black Thought's new album. Okay. Volume 1. In honor of that, Breezy, we have remixed Questlove beatboxing and Black Thought freestyling from 1993. We remixed it with a beat from where, you guys? The Beat Bar! Take it away, young Black Thought and Questlove.
Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Now dig it. Yo, I flips and spins on petroleum because I'm the slicker kid tagging my name in Crylon and Rust-Oleum. Everybody know we up, better they know we are. The S to the TR. Whoops, I forgot to say the A up in the middle as I groove it just a little and I rap is not a riddle. It is the kid you can't forget or better. You could forget me never cause I'm clever. My shit is mad together. I'm rough as leather. You wonder whoever or who is it yet? It is the one. Black Thought, the mad exquisite. Kid to get a picture out the house. I am the one that got the versatile as crazy wild style as rude rap. Yes, it is the new rap. Never is it old shit. If system old shit that I kick from the top of the dome shit I better litten. You know I'm not kidding, not forgetting. Way back in the 1 to the 9 and 8 to the 3 and it was me and then I was finding, signing my name a better signing or tagging the shit on the walls and I was bragging. Hostile dick accept the cops when I hop set stops. The turnstile then I burn styles, I better burn piles, I better burn files that other MCs be trying to kick in. The styles is ridiculous. Finger licking good like as if I was fucking chicken. Yes, I am the kid that got the Ronald McDonald, but not down with the Mickin. Or better the Big Mackin. I am the abstract, versatile kid that's blackin'. Black Thought the 5 to the foot, 8 inches. Shorter just to slaughter MCs, yo, that be cinches. Or better, it's a snitch. For me to grab the microphone and pitch as I inch up, then I inch up another inching. Yes, I be like lynching like the mob, yo, I consider it my job just to rob a slop and hang them and bang them and brutalize them and murder them. Yo, it's like that, and you know I'm cooler with the E to the S to the B-O and the show on the going. Yes, I be like Cohen all around the place. That's why the bitches be like knowing that I'm like growing, getting harder and longer cause my styles is mad stronger. Yes, I am Black Thought, a freestyle song performer, and when I'm on that shit I'm wild, but sometimes I get calmer. Word to your papa or your mama, Rama, yo, that is the truth, and I grab the microphone and then I raise the roof, and I'm from the group called the Roots, and it's like that I step with boots and I grows like fruits. Green, don't stop. Green is what I mean, I'm on the scene. Yo, I am the true gangster lean. Pink, I think I got to go to the sink to wash my hands in, then I put my mans in blue, who the hell are you? I am the one that's from the Roots crew, and I'm telling you to rebel. Steve, yes, you know he's gonna leave after he busts the straight on pieces and peach, yo, I am the kid that got the speech that you can't impeach because I am not a leech, I won't war. Yes, y'all ever.
Hey, we're back. I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision, and you're tuned in to another edition of District Spotlight with my DJ, the one, the only
B-Dub, the Boy Wonder.
And in addition to B-Dub, we also have with us the co-host of Live from the Corner, Breezy. How are you, sir?
I am great. How are you?
I am great. I'm great because you come bearing gifts. We're going to get right into it here. Where were you the other, weekend?
Last weekend.
Last weekend.
I was in the Houston area of Texas visiting a family, and I stumbled upon a DIT session, a Dig in the Crate section of an uncle of mine.
Okay, so start out. First of all, he sent me all these pictures. He's like DMing me these pictures. I'm like probably like wiping the butt of my 3-year-old because like so inappropriate timing. But yet the records were so good, I was like, I have to respond. So I was like, if you don't get any of those records, bring any back. Just bring one back. And this was it. Go ahead, show them. Bam. You have no idea not only how rare this is, but how historic this is. Spoonie G and the Treacherous 3. Okay, the new rap language. Look at the cover. It's so beautiful. Most people credit Spoonie G with being the first gangster rapper. Like, technically, it wasn't Schoolie D. It wasn't Cool G Rap. Most people, well, in the know like myself, they consider Spoonie G to be the first gangster rapper. Let's put this over here. You were also so nice enough, and this is for all the Hip Hop Museum, you were also so nice enough to pick up, oh wow, that's whack. Hold on. You were nice enough to grab some cassettes. You want to grab that stack of cassettes and show them some of the, mostly a lot of West Coast kind of classics. So I'm sure if QBert's still watching, he'll probably enjoy these. What do we got there?
So this is Spice One from his major label debut, which was actually his second solo album. This is Welcome to the Ghetto.
Spice One.
You know, out of Hayward,
Who also did a great
California.
track with KRS-One, but didn't credit KRS-One. A lot of people don't know that.
I don't know either. I know he did something with Method Man. And further on down south into LA, we got Second to None, who's out of the DJ Quick family.
Would you say if you aren't familiar with that group, you are a mark-ass buster?
Mark.
You a mark-ass buster.
And of course, speaking of DJ Quick himself, we still had the James Brown Afro Perm. This is Just Like Compton. So when this album came out, I was feeling some kind of way because you said Denver wants to be like Compton. So I feel like he's taking a shot at my home city. But hey, I still
Love
got
that perm.
Still got love for him. This is my favorite rapper of all time. This is Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
The Predator.
Where are you from, Breezy?
I'm from Denver. I lived all over, but mainly besides in the States, in the West. Again, with the Quick. This is Quick of the Name. This is his debut album.
While I might not be a big DJ Quick fan, I am 100% aware of his relevance and importance in hip-hop.
And then, of course, you know, you can't forget the lady. This is Queen Latifah's. This is her debut album, All Hail the Queen.
All Hail the Queen. And if you come to the Hip Hop Museum, we have Queen Latifah's book, Put On Your Crown, signed by Queen Latifah.
And this last cassette, not too many people outside of the
this is my
Yo
shit.
TV rap heads, the rap
Can we
city
do it?
heads. This is straight out of New Jersey. This is the Double X Posse.
Can we do it? Not gonna be able to do it. Can we do it? Not gonna be able to do it.
This is the single.
That's how it went.
We won't be able. That's
exactly like that.
That's exactly how the hook went. This is something that this is a staple you will see on Rap City. Yo TV Rap's around 92, 93. The original cassette.
This is a maxi single. You don't even know. Like, I had this on vinyl. Like, this was a big record. This was a big record. This is also a group that you would consider to be a one-hit wonder.
So, you know, maxi singles last like 12 minutes sometimes.
All right, here we go. All right, wait. Take that. Oh my God.
It's the Hip Hop Unboxing. We're doing it. It's happening. It's the Hip Hop Unboxing. Brought to you by Breezy.
All right, so that's what we do every time we go open some shit. And before you start opening some shit, where is it from? Southgate, California.
Okay, shout out to Los Angeles. Okay.
Shout out to Southgate, coming all the way in from Southgate.
You know, a little known fact about Southgate, that is where Cypress Hill is from.
Ah.
Yeah.
So Cypress Hill is not from the hill that is Cypress?
The name of the street was Cypress something or another, but no, not that. Yeah.
All right, just wondering. Wow. Here's a cult classic for you. Hold that up. Wild Style. One of the top 5 graffiti movies of all time. Really important. Sampled a zillion and one times by every single hip-hop artist ever. Wild Style. Let's put that over here.
We have another one.
Coming in from
Harmony, Pennsylvania.
Harmony, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Do you think everyone there has perfect pitch?
Is it perfect harmony?
I mean, I'm just saying. It'd be funny if they didn't.
Well, you know, towns are named after something, right? So.
Did you just boo Harmony, Pennsylvania? No, we just booed that joke. Oh. Never said no. Whatever. Ooh, what do we got there? I've been on a real VHS kick.
So, you know, this is...
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So
if you don't have these in your collection, your VHS collection, you don't have shit. Look at that. Hammer Time and Ice Ice Baby. And it's the singles. It's the VHS singles. Now, listen, let me tell you something. No bullshit. This is now the only fucking Vanilla Ice thing we have in the whole museum. I'm like, I was going out of my way not to have anything Vanilla Ice, but then they were selling these together, and I was just like, we have to have them. Okay, so there you go. You want to set those up?
So you know, Hammer and Vanilla Ice are the two most mocked rappers in the history of mocked rappers. You know, everybody took a shot at them. Speaking of the Lex Posse, they had a song called Head Crack where they explicitly said Vanilla Ice making records is a head crack. That's just one in a million digs that rappers have taken at Vanilla Ice.
Oh, poor Vanilla Ice. Do we feel sorry for Vanilla Ice? No, we don't.
No, not the least.
Oh, coming in from? Yeah, I don't think so. I think he got arrested for stealing tools from a work site.
At some point,
that's
right.
That's just a story I knew about.
This is from Lexington, Virginia. This is home of the UK Wildcats.
Lexington, Virginia.
Virginia, no, I'm thinking of Kentucky. Kentucky, that's fine. Yeah, this is thoroughly sealed. Okay.
Hold this down for a second. Wow.
Is this the right?
Wow. I don't think this is meant for the
opening?
Hip Hop Museum. Something tells me that there is a 3-year-old little girl that is wondering where her pajamas are. Next.
Okay, this one is from...
That just happened.
This is from Mesa, Arizona.
I believe it's pronounced Mesa, but we won't hold you, to
hey,
any sort of standards here.
Mesa. It's still hot as hell out there.
Every now and then we get something that was just like intended for not the Hip Hop Museum, and it's always kind of funny. Is this another VHS? Oh my God! I mean, our VHS collection is really off the chain.
This is
gotta have this in your collection.
The Show.
The Show.
Which had a pretty decent soundtrack too, by the way.
Consume cannabis, y'all. Go for it. I'm speaking to our studio audience who is biting at the chomp, chomping at the bit, biting at the chomp. All right, The Show. Cool. Awesome. This is a good haul. This is a pretty good haul. I mean, it's okay. So we were supposed to get in the signed Funkmaster Flex lugs. Clearly they didn't arrive. I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, well...
Anyways, I want to just quickly send a huge thank you and shout out to our guest today, DJ QBert. We want to let you know that we look forward to not just receiving your package, but also, continuing to honor your legacy in music, really forever here at the Hip Hop Museum. As you heard him say, music is ever evolving. It's not like you get to a point and you just stop. So the fact that he's so aware of that, I think, is impressive, right?
Yeah, it never ends.
Breezy, what's happening this Tuesday on the show? Anything interesting?
Not this particular Tuesday coming up.
No, but you did announce the next Hip Hop Feud is with what theme?
That's right. So June's Hip Hop Feud theme is Tupac.
What date is that? Do you know?
That is actually June 26th, the last Tuesday. So I do a theme every month. With May, it was Notorious B.I.G. in commemoration of their birthdays.
Okay, so June 26th, we got the Tupac theme of the Hip Hop Feud. So if anyone would like to participate and come out, please come out.
Anybody come out. Anybody, that likes Tupac music. Questions going to range from Tupac to, his little homies to, his beef with Bad Boy and everything like that. And, of course, the devil himself, Suge Knight. So
cool beans. And then next Friday, we got the Barbecue Canna Carnival. Once again, don't forget if we get to get that flyer up, Barbecue Canna Carnival. Breezy and myself and all of us will be producing a new show here at WLVS called Know Your Hip Hop with the one and only Crank Lucas. The Barbecue Canna Carnival will be next Friday, a week from today. Okay?
Man, real quick, for those that have not seen Crank's latest video about rap beefs, check it out.
Yeah. Check that out. Check out Black Thought's album. And then go to your nearest shredder and put in Kanye's album. All right, come back to me.
That sounds like the album was actually made in Wyoming. That's why it sounds so bad, probably.
Okay. This has been a great show. Very special for me personally. I'm a big fan of QBert's and have idolized him for many, many years. I am Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision. And for myself and my DJ,
B-Dub the Boy Wonder.
I would like to say peace out. We will see you next Friday at 5 right here on District Spotlight. Peace.
Well.